stopping me. There's nothing I can't see with you right here next to me. Life's a happy song when there's someone by your side to sing along.
Welcome to our program, A Prayer for Compassion, an interview with filmmaker Thomas Wade Jackson, Vegan, Part 4 of 4. We now continue our interview with Mr. Jackson, the American filmmaker of the vegan documentary, A Prayer for Compassion. This fascinating film traces Mr. Jackson's visits with various religious and spiritual leaders about the most important principles they all have in common. The result was that he discovered all traditions are in alignment with the vegan lifestyle. He shared with us about his own unique spiritual journey of inner awakening.
I mentioned 3 of my first gurus, which was Jesus, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Bruce Lee. Well, meeting Jesus, his niceness and sweetness always came through, and I always felt connected to wanting to do good, and his example in that way. But then, I didn't mention this in the film, but Mr. Rogers was a big example. And he was a minister too, I found out later. He helped with my kindness.
A very good feeling, the feeling that we're friends.
But I tell you who helped free me was first Obi-Wan. There's a scene in Star Wars where he tells Luke, that there's this force that runs through all things, that connects all things. And the way he described it, it made me, this feels kind of right, I didn't have words for it, but it was the beginning of understanding that God is not a person in the sky kind of thing, or that we were taught as a child. And then Bruce Lee, when I got into martial arts, after we worked out or whatever, they would have us sit quietly. And it was the first idea of the meditating idea. But Bruce Lee had written this book called The Tao of Jeet Kune Do. He was a philosophy major, in college. And one of the things he said, and the only thing I really remember from the book was he said, I studied many traditions and many paths, and I kept what worked with me and I let go of the rest. And that kind of freed me. I tell you how Jesus freed me too. He freed me by when he talks about the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. That gave me permission to realize words are going to be misinterpreted, that we really need to go with what's the moment, and I didn't have words for that either at the time, but through meditation I've come to understand what he was trying to teach, which was don't go blindly, because people will try to control you. And he really taught a lot about fear not, fear not, fear not. Jesus understood that when you're in fear, you're out of love. When you're in fear, you can be controlled. When you're in fear, you make bad choices and you do things you wouldn't normally do if you were in alignment with your compassionate, true nature. And meditation is one of the best ways to do that. The best way is to learn to be present, no matter what's coming at you. Just be here. And being a dad teaches a lot about that too. That changed my life as well. Children are just so present and honest, and I'd say that she has been my most big spiritual lesson. And I like to tell too, since we're talking about spirituality, unity really is like a metaphysical, they teach a lot about how your thoughts control the world and the tools of manifestation like gratitude and excitement and visualization. I believe that when you take these tools and use them for a purpose that is beyond your goodness. It's like the proverb of the man who plants the fruit tree that he'll never eat the fruit from. That's the kind of thing. In the Native American tradition, the 7 generation, when we make a choice, we need to be thinking, how is this going to affect people, 7 generations from now? That was part of their tradition.
At the end of our interview, we asked the community-minded filmmaker what other message he would like to share with our worldwide viewers.
My main message is, the challenge I'm presenting is not just for non-vegans. It's for vegans, it's for anybody. I think all of us need to embrace taking care of ourselves, having self-compassion, having self-love, because honestly, the way I'm able to sit and send love to somebody who's disagreeing with me and really feel it is because I've learned to love myself, learn to accept myself, to be vulnerable. You have to learn these things. Meditation helps us discern. That's why when you hear a verse that may go, take it within, meditate on it. What does that really mean? Does it serve all of life? I want everybody to meditate and ask, what can I do to make a better world? And then when you get the answer, move in that direction. Don't wait for all the stuff to come to you, because if I was waiting for the right cameras and the right people, I would still be waiting to make this movie. I just knew I had to move. And then the universe will meet you and give you the things you need. Please be courageous. Please realize that if you are living a vegan lifestyle, you are a hero, not only to me, but to all of creation. And that's brave and courageous. And so honor yourself. Know that you're brave and courageous. Know that you don't have to solve it all. You just plant your seed and I'll water it. And I'll plant my seed and you water it when that person comes along. You don't have to fix it all in a day. The universe works through all of us. And if you really meditate and see what's happening, the pendulum is switching and swinging over to this compassionate world that's coming our way. So I just applaud you all and thank you for the work you're doing with the Supreme Master TV. Is amazing work you're doing, but also every activist, whether you're an activist or not, every person out there who's being kind, thank you. Thank you.
Our heartfelt applause and appreciation, Mr. Thomas Wade Jackson, for your inspiring message and noble endeavors that are changing people's hearts and lives. In divine grace, may we all join together in prayer and meditation and take courageous, loving actions to bring ourselves ever closer to a peaceful vegan world. Supreme Master Ching Hai gratefully present the Shining World Compassion Award to Thomas Wade Jackson with a token gift of $10,000 to lovingly support his promotion of veganism. May God always bless and shield you every day.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy, and/or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for Here's compassion and love toward Here's precious children.
To learn more about Thomas Wade Jackson's work and to watch the documentary A Prayer for Compassion, please visit aprayerforcompassion.com. Kind viewers, we are delighted you could be with us for today's program.